What's up, my know-it-alls? Welcome back. That's right. It's like a warm, comfy blanket you wrap around yourself. It is time for the premiere of Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 1, The Next Generation. Here we are again. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching. I cannot wait to get on this journey with you and watch this season of Picard. By all standards of measurement, this is going to be an exciting season, regardless of which way you sit, whether you sit on, whether the previous seasons were stood up or not or whatever. At the end of the day, I'm super thrilled to be going on this journey with you and revisiting old family and friends, as I'm sure you are too. So, all right, let's get into it. The episode starts with a really gorgeous nebula shot as you go through. Oh, by the way, hold on, stop a second, rewind. As soon as you get to the opening intro, you're gonna notice it looks like it's the Titan that is currently being the new ship in the little rainbow-colored Star Trek opening logo. All right, now then, fast forward back. Good job. The episode starts with this really long shot. It's a gorgeous nebula. You hear this really old-timey music, and then you see a ship. Now, clearly, in quote-unquote Star Trek speak, it's got blue and red nacelles. You know it must be Starfleet, or at least connected with the good guys, if you will. And then out of the sides come swooping in these very scary-looking alien craft, and they come in and they start shooting at them, and you get the feeling and sense someone's running from something, and then you get to see her. The first person we see, Beverly. That's right. Oh, it's so dope. And she's running around and she's doing stuff, and she's got herself a phaser rifle and she's taking out fools, and she finally gets to where she's going. And what does she do? She sends a long-range secure message to someone very important. She sends it to Admiral Jean-Luc Picard using a very specific codec. It's funny because it goes back, I guess it harkens back to an old Star Trek episode. But right after that, we crash to our very first look at the title sequence, so at least the way they're doing it here, I believe, and it says Part 1, The Next Generation. So, yeah, man, and then you get this really awesome, they like pan over the painting, and you have this really cool opening moment with Laris and Picard, where they're cleaning things out, this and that, and she basically reassures him, hey, listen, it's okay, I get that you're here, okay, I totally get it. And then I guess that evening he's in his office doing things, and then there's this sound. That's right, that sound. It's a comm badge. He hears the sound and he asks the computer to find it. He goes and tracks it down. And when he finds it, it's his old Enterprise D comm badge, and it's just bleeping away, chirping away. And he asks the computer to decrypt the message that the security priority whatever message, and it's Beverly, and she's on screen and she's looking at him, and she says those words we saw in the trailer. So, which she trusts no one. She gives there's coordinates embedded, and she says trust no one, especially Starfleet. Not Starfleet, nobody. Picard and Laris discuss it, and Laris is like, listen, this is your friend. I don't have the kind of problem. I'm not worried. This and that. Go. And by my understanding from some spoiler stuff I've read, I believe this is the last time we're going to see her, at least readily, like immediately, whatnot. So they've kind of written this character out for now, which is a little awkward, but you do get this really interesting nugget of information during that entire encounter. He and Beverly did try. So Star Trek fans get the answer to a long sought-after question, which is what happened, why didn't they try? Why did they try or didn't they try or whatever? And you find out they did try somewhat badly, and it was awkward and uncomfortable and the whole 9 yards. Whatever, that's fine. My problem with that kind of storytelling has always been the fact that how can you have characters who so clearly have chemistry tell you, oh yeah, no, we didn't work off screen, sorry about that, it didn't. it feels like the cheapest route, and whatever. Anyway, I've always hated that type of storytelling. Do better. So yeah, but then we get this really cool scene where you get it's a club basically, and you get to see Riker meeting Picard. Picard basically tells him the whole thing, and he's like, "Listen, I don't know what to do." And he's like, "All right, well, I have an idea." Their idea is to go to the Titan and try to, I don't know, abscond with it or do something. They're not going to steal a ship, obviously, but the first officer is, of course, Commander Aarniokoski Hansen. Also known as Seven. God, I can't believe this new captain guy of the Titan is such a prude. Also, why do they keep doing this? The reason... So immediately the new captain of the Titan is he's a prick all day. The guy is a jerk completely. I'm sitting here like, why are you such a tool, bro? Because the whole time he's sitting here, he doesn't greet them. He doesn't see them whatsoever. He's not on the bridge when they undergo their mission or whatever. And he starts dinner without them. And they're like, "Are we late?" And he goes, "No, your reputations preceded you early enough that I felt inclined to start." And I'm like, "Whoa, dude!" So right off the bat, I'm not a fan of this guy. And then, of course, Picard and Riker drop down what they're looking for, and he is so irreverent in this moment. It almost stupefied me. I'm watching, and I'm like, I'm clutching pearls for them. I'm like, do you have any idea who you're talking to? This is Jean-Luc Picard. And dude's flitting. He didn't even miss a beat. He's like, "Retired. Congratulations, by the way." They picked an amazing actor to play this guy because this guy loves to play these really dickish, bullish characters. Anyways, he does a great job. It's really a fantastic job when it comes to the whole thing. There's a brief interlude where you get to see Rafi briefly, and you sort of find out she's on some sort of Starfleet intelligence mission. She is using her known status as a junkie, former, recovering, but it's taking its toll, and she's very honest with them. At one point, she's talking to her digital handler because they're not, and she's like, "Look, I got to be able to go to I can't keep up. This is a very difficult process." And he's like, "I know," and starts flashing up her entire like Starfleet record, dishonorably discharged, this and that, blah blah blah, problem with this and the other. So you get the sense that they're really manipulating her for some really crappy reasons. Anyway, but yeah, man. So finally, Picard and Riker, who are bunking, he's like, "Sorry, we couldn't accommodate better quarters. I apologize, blah, blah, blah." My thing is, I thought every ship had diplomatic quarters of some sort ready and prepared. So the thing is, they know this. You're just being a jerk, bro. Anyways, Aarniokoski wakes them up, and Seven wakes them up, rather, and she has them come up to the bridge. They're at the Righton system, the place they wanted to go. And she's like, in about 3 minutes exactly, the officer over the shuttle bay is going to be called away. So hurry up. And they go, and they're doing their thing. They're heading down to where they got to go. And sure enough, the captain guy comes up, and he's like, "What am I looking at here exactly?" And she's like, "It's the Righton system." And he's like, "Oh, you chose your loyalties." He's like, "Yeah, we're done here." Then we cut to we cut to a moment that is really, I think, telling of what the bigger stakes are going to be. Rafi is on. She's on a mission, and she's on the La Serena, by the way. Yay, the La Serena's still around. And as she's going, there's a whole series of events of things happening and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the scary part is she witnesses the execution of a weapon, the engagement of a weapon. It's like a portal. It's like portal technology. Something where this thing like opens up, swallows an entire building, and then a portal opens up further down the city and drops this entire area on top of another area. it is a massively devastating weapon in terms of what it can do, and it's non-destructive in that it's not like a nuclear bomb or a thing that has explosions and blast radius. This thing is literally just, this thing shows up, swallows this entire swath of a block or neighborhood, and then dumps it on top of just boom, crash. I was like, what are we looking at? So there you go. Now you know. If knowing is half the battle, you are halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. So what is the know-it-all index for this episode? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give I thought this was an excellent start. So a couple of small lazy writing things, but I'm hoping that that stuff improves. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to start us off with an 8. So I thought the first episode of Picard Season 3 gets an 8 from me. Yeah, so right on, man. Let me know what you think. Comment below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about the episode specifically. Are you down? Are you excited for where they're going? The fact that they're actually heading off to do this thing, and they arrive when they get there. They're there to see. You see, they that's where they leave us, man. Beverly's there. They're there, and they meet her son, and I don't mean Wesley Crusher. So yeah, man. That rating was an 8, guys. I hope you're ready for next week. Let's look forward to it, dude. I'm excited. Let's talk about it. Don't forget, check me out over at Best of Trek, Worst of Trek, where on this weekend, where we're going to be discussing it during buffer time, along with some other really great YouTubers in the Star Trek space. So, all right, guys, we'll talk again. Never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all.